Hola mis amores, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Fantasia Catherine is here. You already know what time it is. I'm here to tell you that you are loved, you are strong, and you are enough, so never forget that. And also to let you know that I am back with yet another makeup video for you for this festive season. So keep on watching to see what look I create. Hey, yeah! El paso número 1 va a ser definir tus cejas. Step number 1 is to define your brows. And of course, remember that for all your festive looks, you want to use a long-lasting formula. Para crear este look de las cejas, quieres usar una fórmula que te puede durar y mantener tus cejas preparadas durante el día entero. Usually I start defining my brows in many different ways. However, I'm going to start with filling any sparse areas in my brows. Voy a coger my Fenty Beauty Brow MVP in the shade Deep Black. I'm just gonna go ahead and take this brush side from that pencil liner and I'm just gonna go ahead and brush out my brows. Estoy cogiendo el lado que tiene la brocha para definir mis cejas and I'm gonna do the same thing on the other brow. My eyebrows are pretty light. They're not like very thick. So I want my eyebrows to pop out a little bit more. And I'm just gonna take those little areas that I need filling in. So basically any areas that I feel like I need a little bit more of hair and just brush as I go. I like to start really lightly. Oh my god, I remember when I used to wear thicker brows back in the day when I started doing makeup on myself. My brows, oh my god, I have legit some stories, but that's gonna be for next time. However, I'm gonna go ahead and continue to do my eyebrows the way I want them to be defined. And if you already have deep and thick brows, you're just probably gonna wanna add a little bit. You're not gonna wanna add too much because of course, you don't wanna make it too dark. What I like to do is basically just give my eyebrows an enhancement. Me gusta nada más que darle un poco de definición y color a mis cejas. Como tú puedes ver la diferencia, now I have a little bit more of an enhanced eyebrow on this side. But I definitely love this Fenty Beauty one because it's super lightweight. I am completely in love with it. As you can see, I made this one a little bit thicker, but of course when I get the concealer I'm gonna sculpt it the way I want it to. Okay, ahora voy a coger la ocultadora, which is a concealer. I'm not sure if that's how you call it, but I'm gonna call it that because you're trying to hide something. Tú quieres ocultar la ceja que tú no tienes preparada, ¿verdad? Entonces lo voy a llamar así porque como yo no sé cómo ustedes lo llaman, pues así lo voy a llamar yo. I'll take a little flat brush to just define, and I'm just gonna start from the inner corner. And I go ahead and just apply really gently. What I really like to do sometimes is I like to stretch my eyebrows up while I do my eyebrows because most of the time you take pictures and you take pictures like this and sometimes the eyebrows don't look the same. I don't know, maybe this is something I'm making up, but it's just something I do. I do this just to kind of make sure that even when I do this, my eyebrows still look the same as I sculpted it. Because there has been times where I've sculpted my eyebrow with just like a straight face, and later on when I go like this, it just doesn't look good for me. And don't get me wrong, I don't do it all the way if I don't need to, but ustedes saben. And as I sculpt my eyebrow, I do like to bring my concealer down because I'm gonna use that as my shadow base as well. Me gusta traer el corrector para abajo porque este va a ser mi base para mis ojos de sombras. And I like to use a beauty blender to go ahead and blend all of the concealer around my eye. Voy a usar una licuadora de belleza. No sé si es así que se llama, pero como tú puedes liquidar todo con esta esponjita, eso es lo que lo voy a llamar. Entonces, quiere mezclar eso en el ojo entero. So you can go ahead and pat that down. Uy, gracias, mi señor. Step number 2, you're gonna want to use a shade that's a warm toned shade. Anything that's on the soft side, nothing bright, nothing bold. Cojan un color que esté en el lado más suave. As you can see, I already applied to my crease. And I use the shade Crisp Kringle, which is this beautiful shade right over here. Voy a coger ese color y lo voy a aplicar al pliegue de mi ojo. I try to really staple and dab into my crease, especially because I have a hooded eye, so I want to make sure that the color really applies. And I want to lift the color a little bit more up to the top, almost hitting my brow bone, just because when you have a hooded eye, when you are cutting the crease or adding a different color, it could definitely hide that. So I want to make sure that I bring that all the way above my hood. And at the outer corner, I like just to create little circles. With the shade Dearest. And I'm just gonna take a flatter brush. I'm gonna go ahead and apply it right in the outer corner. Voy a ir con toques. So I'm gonna keep going back and forth and start blending these colors together. And I love this color because it's like a grape. So one of my eyes are a little bit more hooded. So what I like to do is I like to start with my left eye first, because that's the eye that actually gives me a little bit of tricky times sometimes. It is more hooded, so I need the color to be a little bit more higher. Mixing this up where my hooded eye is. Así que vaya difuminando el color. Y nunca se olvide que difuminando y mezclando and blending your shades is very important with creating your shadow. Nunca quieres enfocarte en coger mucha sombra en tu brocha, porque si no la pones en el ojo y ya se riega. Entonces quieres empezar poquito a poquito. So remember, you always want to start with a small amount of shadow and then build your way up, because then it makes it harder to blend, but it also makes it harder to kind of define what kind of look you're going for. I'm just gonna go ahead and take the Kris Kringle. Voy a coger el mismo color que cogí anterior para que los dos colores se mezclen. Always remember, if you want to intensify the color and make it a little bit more bolder, that's something that you're definitely able to go back in with your brush and just add more shade. Okay, you guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut the crease. I'm gonna go ahead and take that flat brush one more time. Voy a empezar desde el medio aquí. Quiero subir un poco hacia arriba, because that's where the cut crease is gonna be. Cuando ya hayas hecho eso, quieres coger el color otra vez, the plum shade, and just put it right at the end, right? Really lightly. Quieres mezclar esa base con el ojo de sombra. So you want to go ahead and just blend in the shade with the concealer, right? Because of course you're going to be adding a different shade to that, right? And blend that very well. Pero muy bien. Take the lightest shade, which is Cali Christmas, which is this beautiful creamy color. It's like a nude shade. Cojan una brochita más fina and just apply it right where you cut the crease. Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. Estos colores no es tan fácil. I really like this shade. Cali Christmas. Come through ski. Hello. Por ahora terminamos con la sombra. For now. So for step number 3, I'm gonna go ahead and add eyeliner. I know that we wear black eyeliner, but today I'm gonna use a red eyeliner. Voy a usar un delineador rojo. We're gonna go ahead and use Kyliner. I'm gonna go ahead and start with just creating that wing that I want. Completely honest with you guys, I don't really like this eyeliner. I don't like it. It looks great when you swap it on your skin. When it dries, it starts looking like a faded pink. And as of right now, it looks pink. I'm upset. I'm upset. Like, I was really looking for that red in this, and this is clearly not popping. Anyways, step number 4 is your foundation. I'm using the Makeup Revolution Foundation Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation in the shade F11, and I'm mixing it with the Illuminating Face Primer to make my skin very hydrated at the same time, because this is a matte foundation. Go ahead with your favorite concealer. I'm gonna go ahead and take the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the color Light Ivory, and go ahead and disguise any dark circles. Vayan mezclando y difuminando la base. So número 5. Step number 5 is contour time. So let's apply to the hollows of our cheeks, our temples, our nose, our jawline. So go ahead and apply it to these areas for a more sculpted feature. Alright, so I'm just gonna take Sleek Beauty contour palette, go in with these 2 shades right here. Right over here. Vamos a poner la nariz finísima. And now you want to go ahead and blend. So we're done with that. Go ahead and apply some of your baking powder. I'm going to do that off camera. I'm going to go ahead and use a bronzing powder. I'm going to take the dark, deepest mineralized skin finish by MAC. Go ahead and coat your lashes for step number 6. Pick your best mascara that you love of choice. I like to use the Milk Makeup Kush Waterproof Mascara, which is this one. I am in love with this one. I just personally love using waterproof mascara, especially because my eyes tend to water a lot. I'm basically a crier. So go ahead and coat your lashes and give it that fill. Grab your lipstick. You can either use a matte or a glossy lip. I used Santa Rio Matte. I'm gonna go ahead and take Gloss Wish Come True. It has that pink but also golden shade. Super holiday-ish. Ooh, I love this. No, con qué? Add highlighter. So add any highlight of your choice. I'm gonna take my Lunar Beauty Greek Goddess highlight palette. Came through dripping, drip, drip. Alright, you guys, this is my final look. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Fantasia_Catherine to see what I'm up to on a daily.